Hello traders, Nick Shane here looking at Canopy Growth stock really quickly. You might hear noise in the background, sorry about that. I have people working around me today. Okay, so don't remember what I said last time, but it must have been great. I always do. Anyway, no, I've been pretty good with the stock. I don't have an active trade on it. I haven't traded in a while, but I've been very accurate in predicting the ranges it's going to play out within and what triggers are what lines are important, which can become triggers. So the easy story right here is that they're deciding who wants to take control from here. So the important thing to know is that there is a move coming. I can't tell you which way it's going to go. If I were to be forced to take a position, I'll probably take a bullish one just because of where it stands within the price history. So higher lows, trend. Lower highs, trend, coming into a pretty pointy place. Usually that gathers momentum, and basically the summary of the story is boom, explosion. Sorry about that. The chat room was open. If you're not there yet, you should be. We do this all day, every day on any ticker. The link is in the description down below. One day I'll figure out how to actually have it pop up on the screen. The account is qualified for it, but I haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, so I can tell you one thing, that I know my opinion that this is a bifurcated place where it's at, and it is a place to note. So if I'm long the stock and it fell into here and I didn't get out yet, it's probably wrong to get out. Now, onus is on the bears to break the support, and if they do, they will overshoot lower to the next level of support, and there are a couple of them. The one pointy place would be somewhere around 1340. Man, I am losing my eyesight. 1340, glasses come on. And then below that, let's call it 13 here, and below that there'll be obviously the COVID low. So the COVID was an unusual test, and it's likely not going to repeat itself, not because we're not going to have COVID again, because I doubt they're going to shut down the world again. They learned that that was a mistake, and they used up that one bullet they had. They cannot afford to do it again. So they will do whatever it takes, lie, cheat, beg, and steal, in order for it not to happen again. So even the mojo with the data. Let me put some lines, and I'm going to share some official lines. So these are my colorful lines, tons of them, right? So you don't have to look at them. Every range I put the triggers. I don't know which way the stock is going to go, but I know once certain levels are passed, what's going to happen thereafter. So kind of like get ready and then trade. Like right here, for example, these little tiny yellow lines. Let's see here if we can find them. Okay, so for this period of time, there's quite a defined range. If they had lost this, they would have done that. Instead, if they had broken above that, they would have done this. So look at how accurate my extension was to the actual extension. So I'm not to boast, I'm not a Wall Street guy. I learned this by myself. I'm an engineer and a business person. So, but I do have a knack for numbers and levels, and eyeballs of levels are super important to me. So once they broke out, they reached my level that I thought would be meaningful. And then if I were long, this is where I would have booked it. Apparently everybody else agreed, right? What happened thereafter, that's fine. But meanwhile, there's like a mile traveled from here to here. So what is that? 6 or 7%, 8%. So trading wise, that's pretty good. There was also a trend going. So the same concept applies on any level you see here. So let me talk you through the big lines that matter. These teal, cyan, whatever these are, these green dashed lines, we're right in the middle of one. Right, so I mentioned that because that tells me that my own drawings, the range is right between the level I've been watching for a while. So they are pivotal levels. They were a bottom back then. COVID broke that bottom. I can assume it was a mistake. They're still trying to hang on to it. So another reason why something else comes up. Somebody's having a hard time logging back in. Here is an extension. So you've heard of Fibonacci. And machines look for his ratios, whether he was a genius at figuring them out or he made them happen to become self-fulfilling prophecies. It doesn't matter. They do work. So we are just above the 50%, and they're fighting over the 50%, and the fight extends far back. So if I take out all the drawings, and let's see if I can go to a weekly chart to place. Woo-wee! All right. Check this out. Okay, so I just said that this is a pivotal place, right? I had 3 dashed cyan colored lines, or whatever they're called, green lines, and teal, I think. And they were important to me. So look how important they are. This is a weekly chart with weekly candles eliminating the mini noise. I have no drawings on there. I'm going to put my own. This yellow line is not mine. This is the 5 years worth of point of control. So this is, of the past 5 years, this is exactly where the buyers and the sellers fought the hardest. This is where they traded it the most. See all these volume lines right here? Most of them are here. That is a wall to get through on the way up. Okay, so if I'm long and it hits 20, I'm out. Or 19, time to check out and reload higher if you're trading. If you love it for the super long term, hey, own it, and why are you watching this video? If not, you're just trying to trade it, this is your exit point to reload lower and then go, or reload, buy higher. So it's okay to buy high and sell higher to chase the momentum breakout. I would hate to rally 10, 15% in 2 days and then lose it all back because I didn't want to leave my stock at 20. So they're telling you they're going to fight it super hard at 20 again and again and again. So watch this wall at 20 right here. Right? So it's a weekly chart, so give or take a few. So this is where they are right now, that little line. So that is the COVID low. That was the low that they tried to help before. But back to 2016, they tried at it and they failed. Then a year later they tried and then finally broke out, tested it for absolute freaking floor, and then never tested again until here. Is that 2019? I don't know what that was. Oh, okay. I remember that was bad report after another. And then the COVID low. So now they finally back up to it. So onus is on the bulls to prove that they deserve it. But I think the bigger effort is on the bears to say, no, you don't deserve it. You have to come back below it. So if that happens, then the pot industry is probably in trouble for a little bit until they get help from the regulators. So we haven't had a, quote, headline in a while. They haven't talked about federal level of okaying use of pot. So I live in California and it's legal, and I can tell you it's everywhere. I mean, I go to the gym, it stinks. People smoke it outside of the gym between workouts, which I don't get. Smoking is smoking. You're putting smoke in your lungs. That's never good. So anyway, so the chart itself tells me there's something going on. There's higher lows, lower highs, coming to a point. There's going to be a move. Down or up, I don't know. Let's see if we can draw some line to lay out the path. Have I done that already? I haven't. No, I have not. Let's do similar lines to these real quickly. This was a pretty emphatic candle tail. So let's assume it was a mistake. So I'm going to draw the line right under here. And then if they lose it, they'll come back and visit it. And if they lose that, they'll come back and what they wanted before. So I'm going to stop here because I think it'll be pretty strong support right there. As far as the tight, if you're a fast trader, this is probably the trigger point that I want to watch, somewhere around here. I don't have to wait too long. It's right above here. Boom. And if they take it out, they'll probably jag right there. And another point of control for a different time period will probably be pretty strong. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry about that. Okay, so end of the day, I'm fully caffeinated. I'm sorry about that. Oh my God, what a comedy. All right, so I can tell you on this time frame, the sellers are in control, but not by much. So they're fighting for control. Right here, there is resistance. Right here, there's resistance. Neither of them are insurmountable, but it's there. This resistance right here is shortable, in my opinion. So if it gets up to here, I'll be. If I was told, okay, what do you do with that? I'll say short it with a tight stop. What does that mean? So if I know credit call spreads, I'll do a credit call spread with a stop. As soon as it hits a higher high, boom, I'm out. So that's how I would short it, or a debit put spread. I don't want to short stock outright, especially not crazy stocks like these. So this is a 1 hour chart. So some people are faster than this and they get to the 15-minute chart, and then you have more minute information. Or some people are just, swing traders, and, a couple hour charts would be just plenty. So look, collection, inside the collection, add a pivot, add a huge pivot. So shit's going to happen right here, folks. Don't know which way it's going to go. If you were twisting my arm, I'd say up, but the whole market is at all-time highs. What if the whole market falls? These guys are not going to rally alone, so they'll fall for no fault of their own. So be open. So here's what I would do. If I know how to sell puts and I want to own these shares, I bet you I can find some pretty good premiums around $10 a share. What? $10? Yeah, I haven't looked, so do your homework. If you don't know what that means, email me. I can teach you how to get long at $10. How about that for a finale? Nick signing out.